Hey guys, how you doing? Hope you're doing okay. Gonna read through the full article here. There's a link in the description. It's in regards to this ridiculous, hideous clown, scumbag, piece of shit, C-word that you see in the picture here. Her name is Christian Hemmett, and she's being charged with assaulting a child, ripping her hair off. Ripping the hair off of a 1-year-old baby. This scumbag. She was working for a daycare center. We're going to look through the details. Ohio state officials have suspended a Cincinnati daycare's license after one of its employees was accused of assaulting a 1-year-old child. Christian Hemmett, 27 years of age, has been charged with assault, 2 counts of child endangerment, and 2 counts of tampering with evidence for the March the 3rd incident. A report on the incident from the Ohio Department of Jobs and Family Services said that the child was grabbed by the ponytail, thrown to the ground, which caused the ponytail to become detached from the head. Hamilton County prosecutor said that Hemmett, this scumbag, tried to cover the bald spots on the child's head and threw the hair into the trash. Here's a quote from the county prosecutor. This is every working parent's worst nightmare. To leave your child at a facility, a daycare center, that is responsible for their care of the child, and to have this happen, it's sickening. There is simply no justification why someone would do this to a 1-year-old baby. That's right. It's a 1-year-old baby. I don't have children. I've not had children. A 1-year-old baby. That's how you treat a 1-year-old baby. And this stupid effing C-word piece of shit scumbag, she works in this field. She's a daycare worker. That's her chosen field of profession, is to work as a daycare worker, to work with children, looking after children, and this is how she behaves in this one incident. You know, I say in this one incident because to me, when people get caught, when people are found guilty of a crime, I do not believe for a second that it's the first time that they've committed that type of crime. To me, I would assume that this is just an incident based on the type of behavior she exhibits day in, day out, would be my guess, my speculation. But even if this was just the one incident, it's far too awful. So the daycare apparently has a history of repeated rule violations, including failure to perform background checks. Annual inspections on the facility have never come back with less than 57 instances of rule breaking. So apparently, they're doing a review as to whether or not this daycare center, this is what it's called, Small Kids Adventure Learning Center in West Price Hill, Small Kids Adventures Learning Center. I don't know what their Yelp page looks like. Maybe you'd like to go and have a look. Maybe you'd like to leave a comment or two. But apparently it's closed until the investigation is complete, but they may be granted their license back after this incident. And after every time they have annual inspections, they have no less than 57 instances of rule breaking. Why would the authorities, and I don't know who the authorities would be, but whoever it is that manages these daycare license premises, whoever the authority is that is responsible for that, what the fuck are they doing? Why the fuck are they granting licenses to companies, business owners, that are just flagrantly, I can't think of the right words, but just breaking the laws? No less than 57 instances of rule breaking. So why are they still in business? Why does this fucking hideous piece of shit have a job at this premises in which their staff rip off the baby's hair? Why does that happen? Authorities. This woman is to blame. The daycare center is to blame. If they are continually breaking this rule and that rule, if they're not performing adequate background checks, if they're breaking multiple laws on an ongoing basis over an extended period of time, the daycare center owners or such, in my mind, in my speculation, let's say, in my opinion, are to blame, at least partially responsible. And I will say, again, in my opinion, the authorities concerned, whoever it is that grants these premises, these businesses, the authority to run a business as a daycare center, if they're allowing these businesses to exist when they are knowingly breaking the rules, they're to blame. They hold a responsibility, in my mind, in my opinion. So I'm going to wrap things up at this point. Again, there's a link in the description. And again, here is the premises concerned. Perhaps you would like to leave a review for them. Small Kids Adventures Learning Centre in West Price Hill. So the scumbag in question remains in jail on a $170,000 bond. And Cincinnati police are investigating to see if there's any other children that have been harmed whilst in her care. I'm going to say this. $170,000 bond, that's pretty high. And yes, my understanding is that different states do different things, but in most states, you don't necessarily need to pay the full amount. You can just pay a percentage thereof, give or take 10%, 20%, 25% of the amount. So it is possible that she has the funds, or her family or friends have the funds to bail her out. And I don't think that's necessarily the best thing in the world for her to be bailed out. But having said that, it is still high compared with other bonds that we've seen. I've got another video, which is an awful, awful video. It's titled Insanely Sick Case of the Killing of a 7-week-old Child. And initially, the parents, I'm going by memory, I made the video close to 2 months ago. The parents, I think it was the parents, both of them, I think they had a $20,000 bond. They'd literally sexually abused, physically abused their 7-week-old child who died, who was murdered. And they had a $20,000 bond. It's crazy. So, relatively speaking, $170,000 bond is not something I'm unhappy with. I'm not unhappy with that. I'm glad that she is jailed. She is a scumbag. There are other scumbags out there. There are worse scumbags out there. But nevertheless, she is a scumbag. And so are the business owners. If they are in any way knowledgeable about the type of behavior that their daycare workers perform, then the business owners really need to be looked at very closely indeed. Small Kids Adventures Learning Centre in West Price Hill. So I'm going to wrap things up here. I am trying to make multiple true crime videos every day about cases which are published today or the day before, certainly very recently. If you value this type of content, if you'd like to be introduced to more topics like this, please do give me some encouragement, some support. Like, comment, subscribe. I might do a membership system at some point in the future. If so, please consider joining. And I'll thank you for your time.